Hello. Happy Saturday, everybody. Fall has exploded here at Strong Style Fitness. Another yawn to start? What are we doing here? Let me give my high fives. High fives. Come on, don't leave me hanging. High five. So as you can tell, she is shaved now and paralyzed by the sheer terror of 65-degree days and how frighteningly cold that is. One more. Want to try? High fives. Oh, there it is. Mwah. Good girl. She's quite the mess once she's shaved. So happy, so cold. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are enjoying. We are in decorating season. So check out all of the new amazing things we've got going on. The pumpkins, the moms, the owls. It's amazing. It's so fun. I hope you guys enjoy it while you work out. I think you're being cold. Go on. Go. So, Swole for September is officially in full swing. We have got workout number 2 going down today. So, what are we going to need as far as equipment goes? Well, this little face is here to tell you. Oh, goodness. Look how sweet. Look how sweet. Oh, little paw action. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So, what are you going to need today? You are going to need all the weights, so everything for upper body. We're going to be doing some heavy lift stuff, some 21s. We're going to be doing some pulses. So we're kind of all over the place as far as counts and cadence and things like that. So just go ahead and grab a full range of weights for upper body. Light, medium, heavy will be perfect. And then if you have a stability ball or a bench, you are welcome to incorporate those into your workout today. If you don't have those, that's not a big deal. It's not a problem at all. We will just use the floor. So I'm debating on if I want to deal with the ball or not. We'll see when we get there. But I may be on the floor with you guys, or I may grab a stability ball and use that. So if you have a stability ball or a bench, you can use that today. And then just your yoga mat, your floor support, because are we doing any, well, if you don't have a bench or a ball, you will be doing some work in the floor. So yoga mat, have it close by. You may not need it at all today. So Swole for September in full effect. So what does that mean if you aren't doing Swole for September and you're like, what the heck were you talking about? We are focusing on upper body in the month of September. So every Saturday, the workouts will be upper body focused, and we're going to go pretty intense with it. The previous Saturday workout was kind of our warm-up. We just did a circuit to kind of get everything moving, and then now we're going to get into some more intensive work for the next couple weeks. So Saturday will be upper body work. If you would like to participate in the challenge of Swole for September, then add a second upper body workout into your week each week and see what happens. Basically, we're just focusing on upper body to see what we can do when we really focus intensely during 1 month on one part of the body to see if what changes we can make by doing that. It's a good gauge. If we do it twice a week, upper body work, and at the end of the month we're like, nah, I didn't really get the results I want, then maybe we know that if we want to work upper body and we really want to see some change, maybe we need to do 3 workouts a week that are upper body focused. I don't think you need to go that extreme, but this is a good gauge, right? To measure what we can do, how much effort it takes to make changes in our body. So, upper body boot camp today. We are doing 2 exercise supersets. The only one that's going to be a little different is the first set. We are going to do biceps and triceps as our 1-2 exercise. But then after that, we're going to really more traditional superset where we're going to do 2 exercises that are shoulders, 2 exercises that are chest, 2 exercises that are lats, things like that. So just for time purposes, we didn't have time to do 2 biceps, 2 triceps, 2 shoulders, 2 chest, 2 lats, 2 rear shoulder. That's too much. So I combined bicep, tricep into just 1 set, and then we'll superset from there. So we've got 2 exercise sets, 5 total sets. Reps to not time, so we're going to move for reps. I would say work in that 10 to 12 range, but again, we do have some varying cadences and things like that. So kind of listen to your body. I encourage you, if you are especially participating in the challenge, to go heavy, but I will tell you which exercises we want to work more in that heavy, lower rep range and which ones that we want to be more conservative with. So I'll kind of guide you through what weight selections I recommend as we go. Everything else is just your normal steps. So modify as needed. Upper bodies are wonky and unique and special, and we all have problems there. So modify as you need it. If there's any modifications that come to mind as we work, of course, I will tell you. But if you have any questions, just shoot me a message, and I will be happy to help you as we work out today. I'll definitely always check in on the video just to see if anybody has any comments or concerns. And lastly, speaking of social media, as always, please participate in social media. Any likes, any shares, any follows, anything that you can do to get more people seeing us on social media. Posts just don't get seen a lot if there's not a lot of interaction with them. So the more that you can interact, the more it helps me. And lastly, if you can, please consider donating some funds to this cause. Donations are the only payment I receive for these classes. We're up to almost 140 now. So what? What has happened? So if you can give, Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. Any donations you can give are greatly appreciated. All right, guys, so we are going to start with bicep curl 21s and overhead tricep 21s. That's what we're going to start with today. So 21s, if you're not familiar, I'm going to tell you now before we get started so you can think about what weights you want to grab, and then we'll take a super brief break. Bicep curl 21s, overhead tricep 21s. So what does that look like? It is 7 from the bottom to the mid. So 7 here, then 7 from mid to top, and then 7 full. So the same process for overhead tricep. 7 from bottom to mid, 7 from top to mid, 7 full. Okay? So that's what the 21s look like. So you might need to adjust your weights because that is pretty intense. So maybe your normal weight you may not be able to do in the 21s. So just be open to the idea. You might have to adjust your weights. So while you grab your weights, I'm going to grab mine. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water, check, make sure the video is running, everybody's good, and then we'll get started. I'm going to move some of my little precious. I got a little fox and the owls. I mean, guys, seriously. Best time of year. Even got the moms. There's even things you guys can't see up here in front of the mat. There are these beautiful fall zinnias. You got a pumpkin pot full of moms. I mean, really. Okay. Perfect. So I think I've got, in theory, what weights I want. Grab a quick drink of water, check the video, and we will get rocking and rolling. Thanks, Caroline. She would definitely love some snuggles from you and Jim whenever you're ready. All right, guys. Bicep curls 21s. So go ahead, prepare, get your weights. So we get our feet nice and set. I'm gonna open that chest up nice and wide. We don't want to be caved in. Open chest. Flip those weights. We're going to do traditional grip, front facing, elbows locked into those sides. Bottom to mid for 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Again, don't fly through it. Stay on that normal pace. 2, 1. Now we're going from mid to high. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 full. 7, 6, 5, 4. Good. 3. Work for it. 2. Last. 1. Woo! Man, those will get you every time. Every time. So guys, same rule applies for the 21. So when you get 2, where you have just a few left, I want you to be on that struggle bus. The last 2 or so, you should really be working for it. And at the end, you should think, maybe I could do like 2 more if you force me. That's where I want you to be still. So same rule applies to the 21s that apply to normal lifts. So if you get to the end of that last 7 and you're like, I'm good, up your weights. If you don't have a higher weight option, then maybe make it 24s or 27s. Add 1 to each part, something like that, okay? All right, overhead triceps. Let's bring it up. Let's bring it forward. So again, we're going to start from bottom to mid. 7, 6. Now I don't have a mirror, so I can't really see if I'm definitely nailing where the mid is, but it feels right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Mid to high. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 full. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Perfect. Now, for me, I would have liked to have been struggling a little more. I'm going to try to go up in weight, but as we've talked about, sometimes, especially when you get into heavier weights, a 5-pound jump is a lot. You know, sometimes going from like 5 to 10 is a big jump, but it doesn't feel insanely different. But like 20 to 25 can be like sometimes. So I'm gonna give it a shot though, right? We experiment, we try, we see what we can do. All right, back to the bicep curls. So in supersets, even though, again, this is not a traditional superset, bicep, tricep combined, we don't want to take big breaks until we're done. We want to keep those muscles under tension. So let's go. Bicep curls, bottom half. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mid to high. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 full. 7, 6, 5, woo! 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! That is sort of where I want you to be, right? Where you're kind of riding that bus, riding that struggle bus to the very end. So that's where I want you to be. Overhead tricep, it was probably visible. I wasn't near that point. I was feeling it, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, make it stop. That was make it stop. All right, so overhead tricep, back to it. All right, guys. So bring those elbows forward, shoulders down away from the ears. We start at the bottom to mid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, mid to high. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 full. 7, 6, 5. Woo, there it is. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yup, that's the right way. Woo. All right, so We'll take short break, little break, let everything reset, but we're not going to take too long. We're going to go right back to it. So guys, now these last two are going to be really tough because 21s are pretty intense, as you can tell. So just some cues to watch for with your bicep curls. Again, make sure that your chest is staying open. When we get tired, things start to collapse in. Make sure chest stays open. And also make sure those elbows are staying down. I'm not saying they're not going to move a little bit. Our bodies move, right? Like being a robot isn't going to happen. But what I want to make sure doesn't happen is when weights get really heavy, we start to do this. We start to pull those elbows up because then we're recruiting other muscles to get that weight up. So focus on keeping those elbows down, not curling up like that, okay? That's what tends to happen when our biceps are like, nope, we're done. All right, guys. Let's go. 7, 6, we're low to mid. 5, 4, already feel heavy. 3, 2, 1, mid to high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finish it off. 7 full. 7, 6, 5. If you need to slow it down, obviously I am. 4, 3, 2, fight for it. Last one. 1. I feel like more than anything, I was fighting the urge, especially my right arm, to come up. Like they wanted to come up so bad. All right, guys. Overhead triceps. All right, let's do it. We got this. I can tell we're working. My body temperature, even though we're just doing biceps and triceps, is climbing. All right, friends, so get that weight overhead, elbows forward, shoulders down, low to mid. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mid to high. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 full. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Guys, that's supersets done. So we'll take a little bit longer break here. Not long, but we're going to take a longer break, reset, talk about the next set, get our weights, etc., etc. So, 21s, if that was your first 21s, welcome to that torture. But it's a great way to work, especially biceps. I say it all the time, biceps, I get so bored with a bicep curl. Not that the exercise itself is boring per se, but like biceps, really all you can do, aside from a few variations where your biceps are kind of secondary movers, is bicep curl. Like bicep curls are pretty much it. You can change your grip, that's about it. So adding something like 21s where you play with the cadence is a great way to kind of wake up those biceps in a new way, because that's always the trick, right? Making your muscles work in a different way. That's what helps build them and get them strong. So 21s are a fun way to do that. All right, guys, so next we're going with 3 pulse overhead press, which we've done those once before in our fun with cadence, basics with a twist workout. So for that, you are going to want a lower weight than your normal overhead press. I'm going to tell you right now, whatever your normal overhead press is If it challenges you, if your normal weight challenges you, you are likely going to go lower, okay? So just go ahead, accept that, be okay with it, because it's just the truth. It is really difficult. So let's see. I might as well just leave all these weights out. And then we're going to do a front lateral raise combo. So that's going to be a lighter weight too. I think, yep, those are out. Perfect. I'm going to just have to accept I'm pretty much empty in the weight rack today. All right, so 3 pulse overhead press. Actually, let me grab some water, check on the video, and then we will discuss where we're going. All right, so we've only done these once before, so if you did not do my basics with a twist workout, this is going to be new to you. So 3 pulse overhead press. So you know our overhead press is here, right? So our 3 pulse overhead press is going to be, kind of start at the top, that just helps the cadence flow, is 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 2, 3, up. So that's the cadence we're working with. It's really a game changer. Overhead press, as a reminder, we don't want to be open, fully extended. That puts our shoulder in a really kind of compromised place. It's really open in that joint, which is not good in the case of heavy lifting. So we're going to bring it forward just a little bit. We don't want to be here. Basically come to even with your chest and then just to scoot a little bit forward. What that does is that brings your joint closer in. That lets these muscles also be recruited to give a little bit of support to the joint. Okay? All right. Let's do it. All right. So we start overhead. Shoulders down away from those ears. Come down and pulse. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 10, 1, 2, 3, 11, 1, 2, 3, 12. Woo! Oh. That's always special. This is special. All right, guys, so from here we've got our front lateral raise. That's going to be a lighter weight exercise. I'm going to experiment with 8s, but usually I do them with 5. So that's kind of the range that I work in. That doesn't mean that has to be your range, but I just like to give you an idea sometimes of where I'm at. So, front lateral raise. We're going to alternate a front raise, lateral raise, front raise, lateral raise. So each side, that's 1, 2. So some things we want to keep in mind. We want to, again, be a little bit out. We don't want to be out here. And we want to make sure that our shoulders are staying plugged back. So a lot of us, most of us, all of us, are a little hunched forward in our shoulders from working like this. So we want to keep nice and open. And when we lift, we want to keep that shoulder plugged back into the socket. Resist the urge to let it roll forward. Okay? Plug back, lift. All right? So, now we're moving into a traditional superset. We're working shoulders and shoulders. So we're working the front and the top of our shoulders with these 2 exercises. All right. Front lateral raise. Let's go. 1. 2. 3. Good. So for here, depending on how hard you're pushing with your weight, again, we're going to go for 10 to 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, woo, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. Oh, whew. That is maybe the first time that I've got through with 8, so that's kind of exciting. Oh, man. So, again, not going to take a long break, just a little bit of a break. Let the muscles kind of chill for just a moment, and then we're going right back to that 3 pulse overhead press. So, just be mindful too, in a superset, as we're taking our little break, we're working the same muscle over and over and over and over, right? We're doing 2 exercises that focus on the same muscle. So, understand that and understand what that might mean. That means maybe you have to do 1 or 2 less reps than normal. Maybe you need to lighten your load a little. Or maybe you find that you can push yourself and that you can keep that same load and that you might be close to going up in weight. So, just be open to kind of the discovery of all that. And you might discover that you feel weaker as the superset goes on versus stronger. A lot of times in sets we feel stronger because the weights are waking up as we go. But now we're really doubling down on them. So you might find, I don't want to say weaker. That's not a good word. Fatigue. You might find fatigue setting in sooner. And that's totally normal. All right. 3 pulse overhead press. Start at the top. Plug those shoulders down. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 10, 1, 2, 3, 11, 1, 2, 3, 12. Woo! Woo! Get those weights away from me. Oh, goodness. All right, so give it just a break. Shake them out, whatever feels good. Man, these over, when we work the front of the shoulder or the top of the shoulder, probably the most challenging for me because I have that chronic nag right here that I kind of got chilled out and it flared up again recently, of course, right before Swole for September. So that is a part of the body that, while it is, I will say, one of my more impressive looking features, it is definitely the most finicky. So I tend to feel weaker in those exercises. Hence all the grimacing and growling and whining I'm doing. All right, guys, front lateral raise. Remember, keeping your shoulders plugged back. Don't roll forward with your front raise. Chest stays open. Heart shines forward. Let's go. 1. 2. 3. 4. Keeping that little micro bend in the elbows. You never want locked out elbows. 5. Especially when you've got weights in your hands. 6. Stopping about that shoulder. I was thinking chest is shoulder. That shoulder height, that's where you want to be. Ooh, that was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo! Set it down. Woo. Take a minute. Shake it out, stretch it out, whatever feels good for you. Take just a short break and we'll go through that one more time. Good work, friends. I know these are intense. That's the reason why it's called a boot camp class. These are intense, but again, we are pushing ourselves this month. We are trying to make some significant upper body changes. So you got to put in the work to make the change. All right. 3 pulse. Overhead press. Start the time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8. I think I'll be stopping at 10. 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 10. I'm going to stop. You guys can keep going if you want. I'm sure you can see it. I could barely get that 10 up over the head. Just allowing you time to get to 12 if you haven't got there yet. All right, guys. We've got that front lateral raise. We can take just another couple seconds, and then we'll get moving. I'm hopeful we should be able to get through all of this set by taking these quicker breaks. But I'm going to check the time after this next set just to make sure we're good. If we're not, I think I can. No, I can cut some time. Or we can just cut my voice out a little bit. All right, guys, front lateral raise. So, here we go. And again, be open and accepting that this might be a shorter set for you, or maybe it's not. Maybe you're a rock star and you are working at just that right pace where you'll be able to get all the way through to 12. All right, guys, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're keeping those shoulders down. Don't shrug up as you lift up. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. Last one. 12. Oh man, done. I wanted to die. I wanted to live higher. Oh guys. Woo. All right, so next we are going to chest work. We're going to do chest fly and we're going to do bench press. So this is the place where if you have a bench or a stability ball and you want to use that, this is the perfect opportunity. I'm really, nah. I was actually kind of thinking about, should I flip this? But nope. Let's stick with the bench press and the chest fly. So go ahead and start working on getting those weights together for whatever you need for those. And get your stability ball, your bench. I'm going to get myself together here, and then we we'll get started. Do a little rearranging to make sure I don't kick any of my amazing stuff here. All right, I'm going to take on the video real quick and then we'll get started on everything. Perfect. So also understand, guys, that all these exercises are compounding on one another. So these overhead presses and front lateral raises we were doing, we were also engaging a little bit of chest with that. When we work chest now, we're going to be using some of that shoulder. So these are compounding exercises. And I say none of this, I know it all sounds like it's going in this negative trajectory, but I just want to help you understand. So if you get to bench press chest fly and you're like, crap, normally I do 10s, but these 10s feel like they weigh 20. That's why. So I'm just helping you understand your body. I'm not trying to scare you or persuade you to go lower than you think you need to, but I just like you to understand why something that is normally easy for you might feel hard now. Some weight that normally feels easy for you might feel hard now because we are compounding, and that's going to continue as the workout goes. It's kind of the point of the superset and the point of the flow I wrote, even though it feels a little torturous now that I'm doing it. All right, guys, so we're going to do bench press. I'm going to work on the bench, so I'm going to work on the ball. So just the difference, and I'll explain it before I lay back. If you have a stability ball or a bench, what I like about it is that you are able to get your elbows beyond your body. Now, you don't want to go way back here. That's not the point. But you get nice extension on that chest. The more you can extend a muscle, the better contraction you can get, which is where the magic happens. So when you're on the floor, you can't go past your body. You're stopped by the floor. You can still get great work out of it. I'm not poo-pooing it anyway. I do it all the time. But if you have the stability ball or the bench, give it a shot if you haven't before, just to see the difference that you might feel. Okay? All right, so I'm going to try to do my normal bench press weight. We'll see how that works out. So, just take a moment. That's the only problem with the ball, and probably the only reason why I'm like, ugh, to get the ball, is because it's like the process to get on top of it, but worth it. All right, so we're on top of the bench. If you're on the bench or you're on the ball, you want to firmly plant your feet on the ground. You want to drive your hips up if you're on the ball. If you're on the bench, that's not anything you need to do, but you still want to have those feet firmly on the floor. We bring the weights over our chest, not our neck, our throat, or our face, over the chest. And then just like all of the other movements we've done, like the overhead press, we don't want to come right out into our shoulder. We want more of like a 45 degree. All right. Lock it back. Plug those shoulders in. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really squeeze those shoulders behind you. 5, when you drop to the bottom. 6, engage those shoulders, engage the chest. Shoulders, chest. 9, 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. Bring those weights down. If you're not changing weights out, then you can just stay in that bench position that you're on. I do need to change the weights out. So chest fly generally is going to be lighter than your bench. Not always, but it definitely can be. Reason being is that, again, we're opening up our chest wide. Again, that puts our shoulder in kind of a compromised position. So having a heavier weight, until you get strong enough for it, might be a little too much. So I find my chest fly is usually lighter than my bench press. All right, we got the weights over our chest again, firmly planted feet no matter where you are. If you're on a ball, make sure you're driving those hips up, squeezing that booty. Weights over our chest, little bends in our elbows, and then we open like we're giving somebody a big hug, squeezing it together. 2. Again, squeeze those shoulder blades back, squeeze the chest forward. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Whew. Take just a moment. Feel free to stretch out that chest if you need to. Whatever feels good. We're not going to take very long here. Again, purpose of the superset is to keep grinding. So, take just another moment. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and get myself set up because that definitely takes a moment or two. All right. So firmly planted feet, no matter where you are. Lift those hips if you're on the ball. Weights over that chest. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And weight should hit about that nipple line. 5, 6. They shouldn't be way up around your shoulders. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. You can stay up if you're not changing weights out. Otherwise, I'll join you in just a moment. Supersets are fun, huh? It's a lot of discovery, a lot of learning about what your body can do when really pushed. Like we are pushing to our limits here. All right, so we've got the weights over the chest, the bend in the elbow, like you've got a big beach ball sitting on your chest. You open up and let that beach ball go. Catch it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. Woo! Set it down. One more round to go. Taking just a little break. Okay, whatever feels good. Stretch it out. Oh, that feels amazing on my back. Stability balls, guys, if you don't have one, if nothing else, are great for stretching. All right, friends, ready for one more round? Then we will move out of the chest and we're going to go into rear shoulder after this. So just heads up where we're going. So bench press one last time. Only problem with the ball is that I lay on the little hairs on the back of my, at the bottom of my neck, the bottom of my head, and pull my hair. All right, weights over the chest. Get everything set. Last round. Be strong. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, engaging those shoulders behind you at the bottom. Squeeze the chest to the top. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wonderful. Set those down if you're changing weights. And we are back to chest fly. Last round. Pick it up. Weights over chest. A little bend in those elbows. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Engage behind, squeeze to the front. 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome work, guys. Set those weights down. Woo. Now, don't get rid of your ball completely. We'll need it for one more exercise. So go ahead and get it out of your way for the moment, but don't completely discard it. Don't like kick it downstairs or anything. All right, guys, I'm just gonna reorganize my weights real quick here. Perfect. So, biceps, triceps, chest, and front shoulders, top shoulders. So now we're gonna go to rear shoulders, and then hopefully lat work. So, quick break, check the video, check the time, and we'll get going. All right. Perfect, guys. So, I'm gonna keep moving at a good pace here. We've got time for one more set for sure. We may have to cut our lat set, which will be okay. We'll see. We'll see when we get to the end of this first set, or this next set. So we're gonna do high pulls, and we're gonna do rear delt rows. So, actually, not rear delt row. I mistyped that. We're gonna do rear delt flies, okay? So high pull, that's probably gonna be about a medium weight or a medium light kind of weight. And then our rear delt fly is gonna be a very light weight. Like I use 5s, could probably even go lighter than that, to be honest. So that's where we're gonna be working. I don't wanna take a ton of time so we can get through this. So high pull, we're gonna have the weights here in front with our grip flip, so our palms are facing back. And then we're going to pull with the weight close to our body, up and back. So I know a lot of times high pulls are done like this. That form is terrifying to me. If you do it, good for you, but I'm not gonna coach it, I'm not gonna do it. So we are going to come up and back. So we're squeezing those shoulder blades behind us. So it's like somebody's got your arm and they're pulling it up and rolling it back, up, back, okay? So that's gonna be the high pull, and then the rear delt row, we have rear delt fly. I gotta change those notes. We're gonna come forward at a full bend, light weights in our hand, and we're opening up and back, up, up. So you'll feel that higher up in here. Now not up in your neck, but more up in this high part of your shoulders than a normal fly we feel down here, okay? So let's get started on our high pull. Let me try. Usually don't do this heavy. I'm gonna give it a shot, see what it feels like. So high pull, weights to the front, roll that chest open, and we're pulling up and back. 1, 2, 3. Don't like the way that feels in the front of my shoulder. 4. You may be ahead of me. I had to stop. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Really pause and squeeze at the top. 11, 12. Good. All right, so we're gonna grab those really light weights here. I'm just gonna use the blue, guys. All right, so we've got our light weights. Really, really light, guys. Now we're gonna bend our knees just a little bit to give ourselves a sturdy base, and then we're gonna bend pretty much all the way over. If that's not comfortable for you, you can stop a little higher, but I don't want you to be way up here. You need to be in a bent position. So we've got our weights to the front. Again, palms facing back, shoulders back and down. And we come open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome work, guys. All right. Back to those high pulls. So this is a little more fine-tuned work. A lot of the other work, like the chest fly, the bench press, that's like big muscle work, big movement. These are a little more fine-tuned. So we're really honing in on some small parts of our rear shoulder versus these big, broad, expansive movements. So you've really got to work on that squeeze, that intense kind of hold, an intense hold. I know that sounds funny, but at the top, really engage those little muscles that we're fine-tuning on these exercises. All right. So high pull. I'm going to show you from the side so you can kind of see that up and back motion. Get nice and open. Let's go. Hold and squeeze. Down. 2. Down. 3. Down. 4. Down. 5. Down. 6. Down. 7. You feel like you could grab something between your shoulder blades. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Good. So that pause is really where the money is at on that exercise. All right, back to these rear delt flies. Now here, a tip. If you aren't sure about the weight you're using, if you're having to do this to get the weights up, your weight's too heavy. That might mean that you do no weights at all, and that's okay. This level of exercise, I expect very, very light to no weight. All right. Again, we've got our palms facing back, spine long. We're bent. 1, 2. Try to make it smooth. 3. Try not to jerk into it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. Yeah. So that particular one is one that a lot can go wrong with because it's a lightweight, small muscles, and we're kind of like, oof, it feels a little weird, right? Not the movement, but to be like, oh man, especially if you haven't developed that muscle at all, then you're like, what's happening? Like, why can't I do any weight? It's very normal. We are isolating a really small muscle there that works as an accessory a lot, but we very rarely just train that muscle. So it feels a little weird. You feel a little less strong than you'd like. It's very normal. You will get there. Again, I've been working out for a decade, been heavy lifting for a long time, and I do 5s. So there you go. All right, guys. High pulls with that hold at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. All right, last rear delt flies. And I think I may have a solution for our lat set that I can simplify the exercises a little bit. One of them is one that definitely takes a while. So I think I can simplify and maybe get us through that set too. All right, we bend. Nice long spine. Keep that gaze out. Don't look down at your legs or your feet. Gaze out. Palms face back. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome work, guys. All right, I'm going to run very quickly. Look at the time. I'll be right back. All right. We got started a little late, so I'm going to say let's go for it. But I am going to change what I had in mind because I was going to have us do renegade rows, but they can take a while because they're single-sided. So let's grab renegade rows. We're going to do lat pull downs with some light weights. This will feel really good also to kind of stretch our chest. So we're going to do lat pull downs, and then we can do some pullovers. To keep it quick for me, I'm going to do the pullovers on the floor versus doing them on the ball because that just adds a little bit of extra time and I don't want to take any extra time. So we're going to do lat pull downs, and let's actually do it from a seated position. So you can sit on your knees, you can sit Indian, cross-legged, however you would like to do it. So we're going to have our weights, light weights here, guys. Hi, Rizzo. Come here. I'm sorry, I didn't say hello to you. Come here. You can come sit with us. Hi, sweet girl. Hi. All right, so we're going to have light weights. We're going to have them out into a Y, and then we're going to pull down. And as we pull down, I want you to really, you're going to keep your torso, so your hips aren't going to rock back and forth, right? We're not tilting our tail back. Everything stays locked down. We're going to pull down, open our chest up and out. So our elbows are coming down towards our ribs, tight, squeezing those back muscles as we shine that chest forward, okay? And actually, yeah, let's do that. All right, so we're up, pull, 2, shine that heart forward, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. All right, guys, let's flip it over real quick. I'm going to do dumbbell pullovers on the floor. All right, watch out, Lily. Watch out, Lily. All right, so we want. All right, so let's grab our heavy weight. We're going to roll that back. You guys are very familiar with dumbbell pullovers at this point. So if you're doing the stability ball, set up just like you did with your bench press or your chest fly. If you're doing it on the floor here with me, we have that kind of bridge, lower body, we got that core engaged, lower belly down and in. If you're on the bench, again, same setup as bench press or chest fly. We've got a goblet hold on our weight over our chest. We're going to drop it back, pull it forward. So again, this is where you have the benefit on the bench or on the ball to be able to drop your arms back a little further, but you never want to go past your head. 7, 8, 9, watch out, girl. 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. Roll that weight off to the side. We're going to come right back up to our lat pull downs. Hi, sweet Rue. We're so glad you're here. All right, guys. So right back to it. We've got those lat pull downs. So we've got our base is steady, so we're not arching our back and our tail. We're not making a cow. We're doing cat-cow. Everything stays stationary. When we pull those arms back, we're going to expose that chest up, but try not to roll your tail back too. Keep that tail firmly planted on the ground. All right, we reach up, pull elbows to ribs, expose that chest up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, make a Y, ribs, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Right to those pullovers. Again, we don't take big rests in these supersets. Whew. All right, weight over chest. Get those shoulders down, plugged in. Engage that core, because the core is working here too. Lower belly up and in. We drop back, pull over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome work, guys. All right, we got one more trip through, and then we are officially cooked in that upper body. So grab those pull down weights. Again, lock in that middle. Everything's steady. Make the Y. So we're not up here. We're not in overhead press arms. We're making a Y. Pull to ribs. Expose that chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elbows tight to those ribs. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Last one. 12. Awesome work, guys. Lat pulls, and we are done. And I thank you for giving me the extra few minutes to finish this off today. Got a little alert. I'm combining my first and second words. Late start today. So thanks for bearing with me. All right, guys. Last time. Feet firm on the floor. Lower belly down and in. Right is up, up and in, down into the mid. All right, weight over the chest. Let's drop it back. 1, 2. And you'll find the heavier you go with the weight, the more you've really got to lock that core in. 3, 4, because you'll start to pull more through that core. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Last one. 12. Awesome, awesome work, guys. All right. Let's come on up. Won't take up much of your time. I know we've already ran over. So, guys, Thank you so much. This one was a killer. It was intense. It was focused. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you pushed yourself. And I hope you learned a little bit about your limits and how you can exceed them. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thank you for joining me for Swole for September, even if you're just participating in the Saturday classes. But again, to get the most out of the challenge, go ahead and add another upper body workout into your week. I've got tons of them on YouTube, so if you don't want to come up with your own, just hop over to YouTube. There's an upper body playlist. Pick something off there, and you'll be golden. So guys, thanks so much for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, interact with us on social media. Anything you can do to help get more attention coming our way. And again, if you can, please consider donating. Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. Any donations are greatly appreciated. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this workout today, and I'll see you in a few days for our next one. Bye.